people. Finished the book, Adrift. It was a pretty good book, 244 pages. I've read a lot of books just like this one. This takes place in the 19th century. It is 1856, in fact, when this takes place. And it's the story of the John Rutledge, which is what they call a packet ship, making the run from North America back to England, and then from England back to North America. That's all they do. You know, they carry goods back and forth, and they carry immigrants to North America. So even though this packet ship wasn't really designed to be a passenger liner, there was over 100, mostly Irish people. This is towards the tail end of the big potato famine, and the fucking English doing what they did to the Irish. And for a little while, I guess the English were all right with the Irish doing their shit jobs, but when the English economy started to take a shit, well, they started acting like Trump fans or something. So anyways, it was a very bad year for ice, and the ice was like streaming down to where they had to go through it. They had to plow through it. And it wasn't just the Rutledge. There was several other boats lost that year. The guy actually mentions, towards the end of the book, he mentions Great Lakes sailors. He mentions them twice. So I tried to Google whether there was any kind of storms on the Great Lakes in that year. And you know how fucking Google works. It just, I couldn't find anything. I got a few notes in here, not too many. 244 pages. I think it took me maybe 2 days. 1856. Oh yeah, steam is starting to replace sail. The Rutledge was a sailboat. It did not have boilers. And yeah, there was lots of types of boats that had both. They had boilers. They were pretty much using paddle wheels at that time. There was a few that had what they called a screw propeller, but they actually had paddle wheel boats going across the fucking ocean. Read the bottom. This is, while they're still on the way, they haven't ran into the iceberg yet, or the iceberg hasn't run into them yet. Around midnight, a number of boxes and barrels broke loose and rolled from side to side, according to the motion of the ship, breaking the water cans and destroying everything capable of being destroyed by them. To fasten them was almost impossible, for we could not keep ourselves from sliding down without grasping something. In a few minutes, the boxes and barrels broke into atoms, scattering the contents in all directions. Tea, coffee, sugar, potatoes, pork, shirts, trousers, vests, coats, handkerchiefs, etc., were mingled in one confusing mass. The cries of the women and children were heartrending, some praying, others weeping bitterly, as they saw their provisions and clothes, the only property they possessed, destroyed. The passengers, being seasick, were vomiting in all parts of the vessel. The heat became intense in consequence of the hatchways being closed down, and the passengers, 300 in number, being thus kept below, were unable to breathe the pure air or see the light of heaven but for a few hours at a time. The scent rising from the matter vomited up, and from other causes, became intolerable. When the weather finally cleared and the hatches opened, most of the passengers were so eager to get on deck that they pushed each other off the ladder. That was what it was like in what they called steerage. These people, barely had money to pay for the crossing. They didn't have money to pay for cabins. And these types of ships didn't have cabins anyway. They may have had a couple. Details, please. I got at the top of this note. I think... yeah, what it is they're going through a lot of storms. Not only is there a lot of ice, but there's one storm after another. A crew member and a passenger just get swept overboard, and there's never any type of, there's not the slightest effort to go back and look for them. And that's why I said details, please, because many people might wonder, well, why the fuck don't they go back for them? For one, to turn around in a sailboat, who's ever has been swept overboard, they're going to be drowned by the time you turn around. They don't have searchlights, they don't have nothing. So pretty much you get swept overboard at night, and it's cold. That's it. There's no reason to go back and look for you. Okay, the boat has sank. It really fucked it up when it sank. Several times in here, the guy says, "Oh, the ice. There's no protecting a wooden ship from the ice." There is protecting a wooden ship from the ice, because the Norwegians and the Swedes, they built ships designed to get caught in the ice, and this is just pack ice that they're in. This isn't ice that has completely surrounded them and then starts moving around. A lot of these Arctic explorers, they got caught in the ice on purpose. And all you have to do is put beams across to where the ice is trying to smash, It would be like me taking this fucking hammer and trying to smash it this way. I'm not going to be able to do that. With enough force, with some kind of mechanical contrivance, I could do it. But to say that you can't build a boat that could withstand the ice, that's false. They have sank. Not everybody gets off the boat. Some of them can't even get into the lifeboats. The one guy that survives, his name is Nye, N-Y-E. He's on a lifeboat with just a few people, so they're already better off than the other lifeboats, which nobody ever sees or hears from again. The other lifeboats just disappear. They've got 13. Nye is on there with 13. One by one, they all die. He's the only one left. And they die because they start to drink seawater. And they're throwing the bodies overboard. And I would have been taking the clothing off the bodies. It's kind of a dysfunctional group. They're freezing out there, and they don't even huddle for warmth. And let's see, I'm supposed to read the second to the last paragraph. Yeah, this is something that Nye wrote years later. Lunatics, Nye would recall years later. Just imagine yourself in a small boat in mid-ocean with 11 lunatics. He later told a reporter from Boston, "And you have some idea of my situation." Not too many notes in here. It's kind of a very quick read. Second mention of Great Lakes sailors. The Rutledge had no watertight compartments. Apparently, watertight compartments were routinely built in Europe, but American ships were not. And this book is written in 2018. I did get this at the used bookstore. Written in 2018. I mean, you can tell it's a brand new fucking book. And like in the front, there's the shipping papers. Somebody ordered this online, The book is new enough to mention climate change in regards to the increase in icebergs. And you might think to yourself, well, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does, because the icebergs don't belong in the middle of the ocean. They belong in the Arctic Circle, and when it gets warm, the glaciers calve more, and that's the way it goes. Nye was lucky enough. This is in 1856. I think I mentioned that already, but he does get frostbit on his toes a little bit, and he has to have a couple of his toes removed. That keeps him out of the Civil War. Lucky bastard. That's it. Thanks for watching.